I want to talk about three great things about giving, because I believe, and I don't just believe because I want money for the church. It's far, that's kind of superficial. You know, as a church, we've got to rely on God for our money, and obviously generous givers. But I'm not taking that angle, so relax. If I was taking that angle, we would take up protection after this sermon. Okay, I've taken it up before. So relax, okay? Yeah? Yeah. Right, okay, I'll carry on. I just want to share with you a principle I've learned in my life, which has seen me right. And for me, it's like saying, yes, this is part of my testimony that there is a God. Because I've given, and I've never managed to outgive God yet. Okay, so that is part of my testimony. And I want to share three main things. First of all, I want to share that giving opens up miracles, and how giving is not a tax on our lives, and why giving is good for God and good for others. Those are three things that I want to look at, and then maybe look at just practically how we can actually work that out in our lives. Let's just have a look at the first one. Giving opens up miracles. Now this is amazing in itself. And I want to look at a lovely little story from the Bible, John chapter 6, the feeding of the 5,000. I love this story, and actually this is quite strange. This story is one of the few ones that's in all four of the Gospels. We all know the story, don't we? It's one of the most famous, it's got to be one in the top 10 of the stories. So I think whoever you are, you've probably heard of this one. Basically, Jesus is preaching and doing miracles and healing the sick and doing all the things that Jesus does. And in verse 5 it says, when Jesus looked up and saw a great crowd coming towards him, he said to Philip, where shall we buy bread for these people to eat? He asked this only to test him, for he had already in mind what he was going to do. Philip said 8 months' wages couldn't buy enough bread for each one to even have a bite. So he said there's a lot of people here, we can't afford it. Another of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, spoke up. Well, here's a little boy with 5 small barley loaves and 2 small fish. How far will they go among so many? And basically, as we know, with those 5 loaves and those 2 fish, Jesus managed to feed the whole crowd. And everybody had enough, and there's 12 basketfuls left over. I even know a song about that, but I'm not going to sing it. But the point is, there was one little boy with one little, as I was teaching to Marius this morning, one little Namit box. That's lunch on the other way. One little boy with one little Namit box. And I feel for that boy. If you've ever seen a little kid with their food, the last thing they want to do is give it away. And now this little boy's under pressure from Andrew. You got food. Yeah. Well, can we have it? This little boy's it's my lunch. It's got my favourite fish in there. Anyway, he's probably thinking, what is the point? Well, there's all these people, they want my lunch. But if that little boy had done the standard little boy thing, which as a little boy I would have been tempted to do, when Andrew said, can we have your lunch please, little boy? I go, no! And then just leg it. Get away from me, get my lunch. If that little boy hadn't passed his lunch over, and we don't know from the Bible whether he did it willingly or not, but if that little boy hadn't passed his lunch over, as we read it, there would have been no miracle. It took that act of giving for the miracle to happen. Jesus actually needed something to work with. And that's a great picture of our giving. He chooses to work with people and what they've got. He could just go ka-ching, 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 and 3 pots of gold appear here. Whoa! You know, no problem now. But that's not the way he chooses to do it. He chooses to work through people who give. And that's the way he does it. So again, we've got to go that, but giving opens up miracles, and I think that is so important. If we want miracles in our life, if we want to see miracles in the church, then yeah, we need to be giving people. And don't get, it's very easy to go on American here, isn't it? Yeah! Yeah! Buy a miracle! Buy a miracle! I'm just going to speak to this video here. Now what you do is you put your hand on your television screen, and as you put your hand, preferably your left hand, on your television screen, with your right hand you pull out your wallet. And now, when you open up your wallet, you need to take your hand off the screen for a minute. You open up your wallet, and you take, no, you don't take your money out, you take your card out. Now, there's a little number on your card. Now remember, you're buying a miracle here. You're buying a miracle. Just, all you've got to do is, you need a table now, take your hand off the screen. You need to pick up your phone, you need to phone me. And one of our nice operatives, they'll just ask for this little 16-figure number here, and you just tell it to them. And remember, your faith will buy you a miracle. And my cigar. And there's a little number on the back of your car. You just need to tell us that little number. And the more you give, if you need that miracle, you can buy it today. You know, it's that sort. I'm not going there. You can't buy a miracle. All you can do is flow with God. Because in actual fact, when we give to God, this is what we're doing. We're giving away some of our power to live for ourselves. We're giving away some of that power. And as we give away some of that power to God, what's He going to do? Is He going to see us struggle? We're just giving away some of our power to live for ourselves. What's He going to do? What is He going to do? Anybody?
He's going to bless us.
Yeah, He's our Heavenly Father. As we give away some of our power to live for ourselves, He's just going to bless us even more.